Oh my god!
Peace be upon you. Today I stumbled over this channel called gmodcoolplayer01. Although it might seem like a normal Gmod channel, there are a lot of weird things happening there, like characters being sentient, the player torturing them, and a bunch of other weird things. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first video is a tutorial on how to make a car in Gmod. The tutorial is pretty legit and he is playing in an old version of Gmod. He also carries a Gman ragdoll to show us how the car works. But throughout the video we can see him moving on his own, which isn't possible. Also at the end of the video there is this weird glitch when he approaches the Gman. We can think that this is all a coincidence, but in the second video you can clearly see that something is wrong. As you can see, this is a Gmod sketch, but there are a lot of weird bugs happening in the middle of the video. We can see that the player can only control one ragdoll at a time. So how is it possible that this ragdoll moved on its own without the player controlling it? He also moves really weirdly when we throw a TV at him. It's almost like he feels the pain. We can also see in the background a white figure. I couldn't really see since the video is at 480p, but it might either be the ragdoll or the player. Either way, the video ends with the player quitting Gmod. What we learned from this video is that the ragdolls seem to be actually alive and can feel pain and move on their own, but the player doesn't seem to notice. The next video shows the player riding what seems to be a car with the Gman ragdoll. Nothing interesting to see here. When the player leaves the car, the Gman tries to control it himself. The player, probably confused, decides to quit Gmod, and here we can understand that the Gman probably wants to escape. Is he afraid of the player? Maybe the player isn't as innocent as we thought. Either way, the next video contains some very scary audio, so be ready. Here we can see the player going through a scary map. There's a message in the top right, but we can't read it since the quality is too low. The player seems to get more and more anxious as the video goes on. At a moment of the video we can hear sobbing. Right before the flashlight turns off, we can see red glowing eyes in the dark. The video ends brutally without any explanation to what happened. This video doesn't really tell us what's happening, so maybe the next video can help us. The next video is a tutorial on how to make a rocket. He takes a ragdoll of male 07 and puts it in front of the wall. He wants to throw the rocket at the ragdoll, but the ragdoll starts nodding. He is begging for him not to do this, which isn't normal at all. He seems to be punishing him and torturing him for even moving. The video ends with the ragdoll of male 07 in the background full of blood, which we assume that the player killed him. So the player seems to be torturing those ragdolls, which might explain why Gman tried to escape. The next video is very interesting and pretty scary too. I'm just gonna let you see it. As we can see in the beginning of the video, the player approaches Gman. Gman begs him not to do what he's about to do, but he does it anyway. He throws him into a hole. A few seconds later, the player drops into it too. When he drops there, he doesn't seem to know what is happening. He falls again and finds himself in a weird room with someone breathing. He tries to make a run for it by going into the ventilation, and for a split second we can see the Gman. The video ends without any explanation either. So as you saw, the player keeps torturing them. We can't really tell if this whole thing is because of the Gman, but he does flash the player with a menacing look, but that can't really tell us anything. Let's take a look into the next video.
Incoming! Sandwich! Oh no! Very bad! Sandwich and I are coming for you! Red! Red!
It's a little sketch about the heavy wanting some sandwich. For a moment we get the POV of a Half-Life citizen looking from behind. It looks like a ragdoll is trying to escape. He's looking at the player making the sketch, but as soon as the player sees him, he chases him. And he unfortunately manages to get him. Nobody knows what he has done with him. The next video is pretty similar to this one.
What? Oh dear, you're right. I almost forgot. Alex is around here somewhere. She would have a better idea how to get him here. No, she's around here someplace. Well, that is most troubling. According to the Vortigaunts, he is a prisoner at the Citadel. Indeed, it did. And the repercussions were felt far and wide, but that was over a week ago. Barney, I'll give you the honor.
Oh my god!
Here again we can see that this is a sketch. This time we have the engineer and Isaac Kleiner trying to deactivate a bomb. But this time Isaac Kleiner's ragdoll makes a fatal mistake. He screams in the middle of the video. The player takes him away, and although he begs him to not do anything, he still gives him a punishment. The next video is pretty cool and I'm just gonna let you see it. The video is a tutorial on how to make a ragdoll spawner. The disturbing thing is that he pulls a corpse from the lake, and it might be one of the ragdolls that he tortured, which means that he might have killed one of them, possibly the male 07 corpse. At the end of the video he points the gun at the Gman. The video is getting a bit too long, so I'll pull one last clip for you. This time it's in TF2. He says that he finds a secret room there. When he gets there we can see a bunch of corpses, which could be the ragdolls that the player tortured. Either way, I'll probably leave part 2 for the next time. The link to his channel will be in the description, and on that note, I'll see you on the next one.